Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm going to make yet another double page spread, and if you have been following my previous videos, you know that I'm on this kind of wrapping up scrapbooking before the vacation photos come in, and I have some major events or major outings that we did during spring that I really want to scrapbook, and now the time has come to this one from April, when we visited the Merlo castle, which is in Timrå, a place just a couple of miles up the coast from where we live. And I hadn't been here before, and I really don't know why, because this is just such a beautiful place, and I would love to go there again when it is more like summer. This time there was still snow on the ground, and everything was more towards the grey, brownish kind of nature color. But it was pretty anyway, and we focused on the building, and this is the only castle around here, and it's a really special building. It was built in 1883, and it was actually designed, or the architect for this castle is the same man who designed the Hallwylska Palace in Stockholm that we visited last year. And if you want to know about that house, you can watch my video 103, and there you hear everything about that one, because I did almost like a history lecture there in that video. This house, it was built for the one of these really interesting characters in our industry history around here. My area where I live, it's in history. It's all about the wood, the forest craft, or the forest industry. And there were some men that became very wealthy on this industry. And this man, who built this house, was called Fredrik Bynszov, and he was from Germany originally. He came to Sweden to work in Stockholm, and later he moved to this area to work for his uncle, who owned a sawmill company. And when his uncle died, Fredrik Bynszov took control, or he got control of this company, and he created somewhat of an empire in wood industry. And these really wealthy men, of whom Fredrik is just one of them, they are, in local tongue, they are called wood lords. And Fredrik Bynszov, he was definitely one of those wood lords. He made huge money, and he wanted to live like a lord. So he had this house built for himself and for his family. And it's in a style, kind of a German style, but it has all of these architectural style and elements, a mixture to make it grand. This house today it's owned by the local wood industry company, and it's used as their central archive. And the garden is open to the public, so you can come here and walk around the premises and enjoy the scenery. And a couple of times a year they have exhibitions of this house. So I haven't been inside the house, but we just went here on a weekend and had a look at the scenery, enjoying the sunshine. You see, it was lovely weather. And we walked around there. We walked around the whole main building, and we also like discovered this little house beside. It looked like it had some kind of I don't really know if it can have been a house for some like not a tool shed, but some house that were for more like the carrying of the house. It didn't look like somewhere you had been living. It was more of practical need, but it was beautiful in color, and I took close-up shots of the windows and of that beautiful brick wall, and the springtime lighting onto that brick wall. It was lovely, and to accent or to put these photos into the right setting, I totally concentrated on that yellow-red tone, and I found these papers from Kaiserkraft. It's a brick wall on one side, and on the other side there's more like a broken wall. It's a concrete wall with lots of earthy kind of almost like iron rust tones, and I combined these two sides of the sheet and made a brick wall border on both these pages, and this larger piece of orange wall on the left side of the right page. Then I had this collection of ephemera, also from Kaiserkraft. This is from the Storybook collection. Let me see if that's correct. Yeah, that was right. The ephemera pack from the Storybook collection. And since this building today is used as a central archive for this forest company, I thought it was appropriate to go with a letter, kind of ledger, file cabinet style, and at the same time I let my imagination run a bit about this person, Fredrik Büsow, the wealthy man from Germany, and I went with the letter theme and the documents that he most certainly wrote and worked with. I had cut out on the Silhouette Cameo a title for the page, and it's the name of the actual place, Villa Merlo, and I have spelled that on the orange piece of paper on the right side, and I thought it was really lovely to use that curly font, the swirly font, and with that rather strict sans serif font. I think it's Arial. It's been one of my favorites lately to spell clean titles. On the upper part of that orange piece of paper, I've written the date, April 3rd, 2016, and on the lower portion of the right side I'm writing Medelpad's enda slott, the only castle in Medelpad. And Medelpad, it's pretty much the area where I live. It's my country is divided into it used to be divided into older areas called landskap, and this area here is called Medelpad. Today these areas have no like the administrational meaning or so. We have other divisions, or we have other ways of dividing the country for administrative reasons, but these older versions still linger on, and in our hearts these are the ones that we learn in school, and when I think of what part of the country I live in, then I use this older version of dividing the country. And it's the only castle around here. Where I come from originally, or where I went to school and where I grew up, there are castles everywhere, because that was much more densely populated area during these castle times. And so castles to me aren't really it's somewhere I love to go and look at the scenery, but here it's not very easy to do that. So I have really no clue why I haven't been to the only one before. It's easy to discover them all when it's only one. When I get older and the kids start to learn more about history in school, I most certainly will take them to see castles in the southern Sweden, because it's really a part of our history, and the kings and the wealthy people that formed this country, and who were part of deciding where we were going to go. So that will be a part of the future, I think, and I'm looking forward to that, because I really love the fairy tale style of these magnificent houses. I'm just trying to make the best out of these die cuts. When I was going through this die cut pack, it kind of surprised me that some of them had white border and some didn't. And I also realized that I had real trouble using those with the white border. The ones without the white border they blended much more easily into the background, and I like that. Pen there, the fountain pen, or the feather there, the quill, it didn't blend into the background at all, and that was I didn't like the style. But there you see as well on that postcard there, it's got also that white border. So in the ephemera pack it was a mixture of these two types of die cuts, and I realized soon which one I preferred. Now you're looking at some close-ups in and out of focus of the layouts, and I hope that you have enjoyed this project. More double page spreads to come. Thanks for watching. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.